For centuries, humanity has relied on the ocean for harvesting its abundance of fish. In recent decades, a new advancement in technology has allowed humans to remove fish from the ocean on a massive scale that the world has never seen before. Due to this, every minute over 5 million fish are overfished and wasted. This is truly devastating and bad for the world, but not so much for the fishing industry. The US alone is making roughly $90 billion annually. That's just the US, and China and Japan have a combined amount of $201 billion. That's $111 billion more than the US. Although, how do these countries make so much more profit than we do? And how is it affecting our oceans? Another question is raised to think about the rest of the world's fishing industry and what other countries are doing to help it.
Let's start off with the importance of ocean life and maintaining a balance. A balance is always needed in anything because too much of something is terrible. It all starts off with taking out as many fish as possible. You take too much of one fish, one level of the food chain, and then their prey grows in population. When that level of fish grows in population, they eat their prey too quickly and then they don't have food, so they die off too. This keeps on happening until it's down to the last level of prey, and then we don't have an ocean of life. We need ocean life to produce 85% of our oxygen so we can continue to live. In other words, if we want to survive, it's important to reduce. If not, stop fishing in the long run.
China and Japan have been expanding their fishing production through any ways possible. Some of the companies that are funding the fishing industry is Mitsubishi, Muruha Nichiro, Nippon Suzan Kaisha, and Zeneco Group. One of the companies that really surprised me is Mitsubishi. I've always thought about Mitsubishi being a strictly car company, with the exceptions of technological advancements, but never would it cross my mind that a car company has a food industry side to it. Although when you look at the location of where the Mitsubishi food industry is, we find out that it's in China. China has one of the biggest, if not the biggest fishing industry in the world. So there's no doubt that anyone, including a car company, wants to exploit and take advantage of money in China and Japan due to China and Japan's big fishing industry. This crave for money then creates the main problem with China, overfishing.
China and Japan have been destroying our world's oceans by overfishing millions of fish a minute due to the great market in fish. Although 5 million fish are caught every single minute by China and Japan, fish aren't the only life being affected by this overfishing. In Taiji, there are about over 1,500 dolphins killed per dolphin hunting rally. It doesn't make too much sense though. Why would Japan kill so many dolphins as a tradition, and yet there's no market for dolphin meat? Well, unfortunately, it's as simple as pest control. Japan finds dolphins as competition towards fishing, so they herd tons of them into the Taiji Cove and slaughter all of them, except for a few sometimes, so they can make some extra bucks off them by selling them to marine parks. In other words, Japan is slaughtering approximately 22,000 dolphins a year as a reaction to their overfishing, as if they're blaming the dolphins for the overfishing. Hunting dolphins and whales directly isn't even as close to the damage that bycatch does. Bycatch, defined by the Oxford Dictionary, the unwanted fish and marine creatures caught during commercial fishing for a different species. This is the most deadly form of mass murder that I've seen, and it happens quietly every year for the past couple of decades. As fishing has become a larger economic party, while Japan is killing about 22,000 dolphins a year, the world is killing over 300,000 whales and dolphins a year through bycatch. That does not include the other animals such as sea turtles, sharks, and other fish and animals that aren't targeted for fishing, yet caught and most likely killed by bycatch.
What most people do believe in is the plastic straws and other trash in the ocean that is killing our marine life. But what most people have never thought about is the amount of plastic that is in the oceans is fishing gear. Fishing nets and gear are thriving in today's oceans due to fishermen just dumping plastic nets into the water and letting any form of marine life to be caught and killed in these fishing materials. After we watched Seaspiracy on Netflix, we had found out that the Plastic Pollution Coalition companies ask for donations and then send some of it to the Earth Island Institution. Earth Island Institution is notorious for being supported by Dolphin Save Tuna, which is an organization that makes canned tuna and puts a label saying no dolphins were killed. This is an exaggeration due to the amount of dolphins killed in bycatch every year. and tuna will almost never be dolphin safe. So now we have a little pyramid scheme that really isn't scheming against companies, but us humans that think we are helping save something, but we are really feeling the death of the true victims here, ocean life.
To summarize, we are killing not only fish at a major scale, but also dolphins, whales, turtles, sharks, seabirds, any marine life you can think of, without even knowing it. And while most people think they are helping the creatures, they are also just killing more. There really isn't much of a complicated solution. Stop buying commercial fish.